Hello, everyone. We're at the iconic, historic Flamingo Hotel, the original strip hotel. We're going to stay here this weekend. We're going to review the rooms, the restaurants, things to do, the bars, everything. Okay, here we go. Please don't forget to stay tuned for the history of the Flamingo at the end of this video. As we pull up, there's a very nice valet area. We quickly get processed and get on our way. Let's go check in. The first thing you notice is that there is a small bar in the check-in lobby. Only in Las Vegas, I would say that you would see that. There's a Diamond 7-star check-in, and that's where we're going. They also have many kiosks which are effective at processing people, but they don't provide adequate room upgrade opportunities. You can't hand the kiosk a 20 and say, do you have any upgrades? The line stayed pretty long for the regular check-in. Okay, we are just off the elevator. It's so exciting to see a window right off the elevator, look out at the skyline, and know that you are in the wonderful, exciting Las Vegas Strip. When you stay at a historic hotel such as the Flamingo, you always wonder about how old and rustic the rooms are going to be. There have been millions of people in this hotel over the years. So the first thing we noticed was recently remodeled halls with fresh paint and newish carpet. We have an upgraded room because of our status at Caesars. When you stay at Flamingo, I think that is important because the rooms are naturally older and smaller, less amenities than the more posh hotels. Let's go first to the view. We can see the Bellagio, Cosmopolitan, Paris, and the Horseshoe. You're reminded that the Flamingo is dead center of the Strip and the perfect location. The suite has a small sitting area with a couch and then the bed area. There's a small TV near the bed, which is probably needed because the TV in the sitting area is small and older. The bed is comfortable with very nice pillows. Now the bathroom area. It is small with limited counter space and no frills. Many of the newer hotels have a separate room for the toilet and the shower. Not here. Later, when taking a shower, I can vouch for the great water pressure, which gave a refreshing and very enjoyable shower. Okay, we're at the Flamingo Hotel. What do you think of this room?
The size is great, but when I booked this room, I booked it and it said renovated. So if you guys have seen the room, not too sure what year it was renovated, but it probably wasn't in the last decade.
Yeah, it was renovated since the original.
Evidently, but so we're going to look up exactly when it was renovated. So beware, guys. I guess they can put renovated on their website, even though look at this couch. This couch has got to be 20 years old. So, but the bed is extremely comfortable.
The bed is comfortable. I love that bed.
It's a good size room, and the bathroom is simple, but
a little bit
works.
Small.
Well, the counter space is definitely small. So all in all, we didn't have to pay for the room because we play on our players card. So it's not being comped. The hotel doesn't know we're doing a review on it. So it is a free room offer to get players to come and stay at the hotel.
Yes.
So, but when I was booking it, because this is an upgraded room, this is one of their premiums, supposed to be 500 square feet. Okay. Anyhow, when I was booking the room without the player's card, they wanted $400 a night for this room. And that was on Caesars.com.
Yes.
So I felt like there's no way I'd pay $400 a night for this room. No.
Hard to imagine.
I would probably pay $80.
Yes.
Check-in was really busy, but the lines were pretty long. They have a diamond or 7-star check-in, so we didn't have to wait in those lines. So that's where playing on your player's card does come with some perks.
Yes, and we got some perks, and we got a beautiful room. Happy with it, and we're going to go eat some dinner.
We are. Where are you taking me tonight?
Bugsy Meyers.
Okay, Bugsy Meyers.
Where else would you go in the Flamingo?
So let's go have some dinner. We'll give you some quick views of the dinner.
We will, yes. Let's go on a tour of the Flamingo. I think we would be remiss if we didn't start at the iconic Flamingo Wildlife Habitat. Hard to believe such a quiet and peaceful place could exist in the hustle and bustle of the Las Vegas Strip, but here we are. While outside, let's check out another place you may not know exists, and that's the Garden Chapel area. It's open every day for weddings. A beautiful place to get married, I would have to say. There's quite a bit of construction going on around Flamingo with many new additions. Here we see Pinky's by Vanderpump coming in. Next, Gordon Ramsay Burgers coming soon. Finally, Havana, a Cuban cuisine restaurant going in as well. Perhaps what's more notable than the additions is the subtraction. Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville gone forever. Let's take a quick walk around the casino. Probably the coolest thing about this casino is there's a wide open door right onto the strip from the casino. Easy in, easy out, easy viewing of the people walking by. Just great. The casino does have a nice mixture of newer and older games. However, if you're looking for the newest machines, you won't find most of them here. They do have a good area with a lot of electronic, roulette, craps, blackjack. These games really come in handy for those who like to play with a lower limit, because the limit on those are like somewhere between $3 to $5 a hand. Very nice. There is a high limit slot area. It is, I would say, much less than the typical strip posh hotels. As far as table games goes, they have them all here. And you know what? They're pretty populated. And you can see there's a very popular one, the electronic craps table. This combines the electronic betting with the actual rolling of the dice crap style. As far as limits go, they're a little bit less than some of the more posh places. We were looking at tables around $25 minimum. There's also a high limit table area, and as you can see, not extremely populated. A very small sportsbook area, as you can see, no seating. There is another area they are calling the sports bar. It has a few TVs, a nice bar, and a few tables for ordering drinks and food. Okay, let's move on to the pool area. We have at Flamingo the Flamingo Go Pool. That's the adult pool. It has a live DJ music. It is for adults only. It's for partying. We also have a smaller family pool. Let's switch now to nightlife. As far as nightlife goes, there are no big nightclubs. There are 3 bars available at Flamingo. The first is the lobby bar, the second is the social bar, and the third is Bugsy's bar, located in the center of the Flamingo Hotel. While these bars aren't crazy, they do offer gaming and good service. The funnest place to go, the count room, is tucked away just past the dining room at Bugsy and Meyers Steakhouse. It's an intimate speakeasy bar. There's a live jazz band there. They have craft cocktails. As far as entertainment, there are 4 shows at the Flamingo. The first, Piff the Magic Dragon. He performs in the Piff showroom. He was America's Got Talent finalist in one year, and that show is great for all ages. It's a combination of magic, comedy, and pet participation. Second, and for adults only, X Burlesque brings adult fantasies to the stage in a bubbly production. This is a show with gorgeous dancers. It's one of the hottest topless reviews in Vegas for more than 20 years. Next, Wayne Newton, he's recognized and revered around the world. He's an international superstar. He sings his great hits, but he also talks one-to-one with the audience in this show. Finally, RuPaul Drag Race Live. It's one of the best and most highly attended shows in Las Vegas. One of our favorites, to say the least.
Can I get an amen up in here? Now, let the music play.
Let's hit the restaurant scene now. Let's start with the early morning eateries. Nook Express is open all day, but it serves fresh bites and baked goods daily. It's best in the morning. There's an assortment of coffees, teas, pastries. You can use your Caesar Rewards points and your daily drink coupons here. Starbucks is located just off the lobby with typical espresso and afternoon refresher drinks. There is a food court known as the Food Hall. There are 5 restaurants there. You can get pizza, burgers, wings, hot dogs, and pretzels. I have to be completely honest. The Linq Promenade is right outside the door with a great assortment of fast food and restaurants. I'm not sure why you would come to the Food Hall. We will be covering the offerings of the Linq Promenade just a little bit later in this video. Carl Central is a Mexican restaurant that offers good, authentic Mexican food. The best part is the wonderful outdoor eating, great margaritas. You can use your Caesar Rewards points, but it's at 2x, meaning you have to pay double in your points, and you cannot use your drink coupons here. Bugsy and Meyers Steakhouse is named after the famed mobster himself. It's a one-of-a-kind, old-style Las Vegas steakhouse. We're going to get into more depth as we went out to dinner here and covered it more extensively. This we will add just a little bit later in the video. Let's move now to the Linq Promenade. The Linq Promenade is an open-air, retail dining and entertainment district. It's anchored by the world's tallest observation wheel, which is known as the High Roller. It's located just outside the northern door of the Flamingo, between the Linq and the Flamingo. The Linq Promenade features unique retail dining and entertainment venues. It's home to special events, festivals, and more. While the Flamingo itself is a bit lean from a restaurant and nightlife perspective, the Promenade adds a layer to the party. It's just outside the door. Let's take a closer look at what they have to offer. The Promenade offers a host of restaurants, everything from American to Mexican cuisine. Famous chefs such as Gordon Ramsay and Guy Fieri. Let's not forget about this unique list of bars to wet your whistle. Big time entertainment such as Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club with multiple comedians. Don't forget, plenty of shopping opportunities. So we chose Gordon Ramsay fish and chips for lunch. We split it because it's a hearty lunch with 3 pieces of fish. The price is actually getting a little bit higher. When we first started going to Gordon Ramsay fish and chips, it was $16.
Here we are, getting ready.
Bugsy Meyers!
Gonna go eat some food.
Getting some steak. Here we go. Okay, let's start with the ambiance. Most of the tables have a view of the walkway between the Linq Promenade and the casino. I have to be honest and say this is not the view I want at an expensive steakhouse. As an alternative, you can get a table in the speakeasy. This is a much better atmosphere. However, there's live music, and to us the atmosphere in the speakeasy is much more tuned to drinks before or after dinner. Okay, let's take a look at the menu. They have both wet and dry aged steaks. Of course, the dry aged steaks are a bit more expensive. Disappointing to us was the lack of choices under the wet aged steak. We prefer those. I got a Caesar salad, looks beautiful. Cynthia got the French onion soup. Okay, let's take a look at the main course. The filet mignon, lobster tail, special, some potatoes puree. But doesn't that lobster tail look beautiful? We got a medium rare on the steak. Looks cooked to perfection.
So here's the bill, total like $220. You'll notice that almost $50 of it is in alcohol, and that will be removed using 2 of our Laurel Lounge coupons. So nice meal for a reasonable price.
Time to recap our stay at the Flamingo. The standout positives of the Flamingo include, at least for us, the history and nostalgia are so important. When you're at the Flamingo, you get a sense of the early strip history. Oh, by the way, please stay tuned for our Flamingo history section at the end of the video. Next and foremost, the biggest standout is going to be the location. Flamingo is dead center of the strip. Bellagio, Caesars, Linq, Horseshoe, the Linq Promenade all surround the Flamingo. Paris and Venetian and the Sphere are all within walking distance. Finally, pricing. The Flamingo is priced in the same range as New York, and the Horseshoe. Of course, it's much less than Caesars or Venetian, so at least the pricing is in line with the value of the hotel. Of course, the wildlife habitat is always going to be one of the biggest positives about the Flamingo. It's a beautiful, relaxing, quiet place to be. On the negative side, I'm sorry, but the rooms need a fresh remodeling. You no longer get a feeling of elegance there. And we were in an upgraded suite. Margaritaville is gone. Okay, that happens. But none of the replacement coming soons look to actually be soon. If it wasn't for the neighboring Linq Promenade, you would struggle for things to do. The family pool is small. You need to get there very early to get a lounge chair. Finally, seems like an odd point, but there's only one restroom for the entire casino area. Want to make Cynthia mad? Don't have an easily reachable restroom. The history of the Flamingo Hotel is one of the most interesting of all the strip resorts. Why? Because it's the last original standing, and it really paved the way for the Las Vegas Strip as we know it today. It has a very colorful history, filled with mobsters, socialites, and celebrities. The resort is the brainchild of Billy Wilkerson. Billy loved the idea of a Las Vegas away from the downtown area. Main issue for Billy? Financing. And that's where the mobsters come into this story. Before we get to that though, I think it's interesting to note the real estate transactions surrounding Flamingo. Pop Squires was one of the original settlers in this Las Vegas area. He owned this property, about 44 acres. In 1944, he sold his share to Margaret Folsom. She bought it for $7,500. Later, Folsom sold 33 acres to Billy Wilkerson for the price of $84,000. You may say this is the original real estate flipping. Wilkerson lacked the money to finance this resort project. He received $1 million from Harry Rothenberg in exchange for 2/3 interest in the project. Gary Rothenberg had associates who were mobsters. This included Mo Sedway, Gus Greenbaum, and the man who would ultimately take over the project, Bugsy Siegel. Bugsy was already involved in the downtown casino known as El Cortez. This was going to be a $1 million project, but like so many others in Las Vegas after it, it ballooned to a whopping $6 million by the time it was finished. It was so far over budget because of the typical mob skimming and tactics. Del Webb was the construction company for this project, and what is now an interaction that has gone down in Vegas lore. Del Webb nervously asked Bugsy Siegel about the money himself. Bugsy said, "You'll get paid. Don't worry about it. We mobsters only kill each other." The Flamingo debuted as a casino in December 1946. It was not until February of 1947 that the casino reopened with a hotel. The original Flamingo had 105 rooms. Ever wonder why all the Las Vegas casino resorts have no windows, no clocks on the walls, fully air conditioned? You have to walk through the casino to get to the registration area? Billy Wilkerson and or Bugsy Siegel were the original designers of all of these ideas. Let's add some more mob lore at this point. Bugsy Siegel built his penthouse on the 4th story. Since he feared for his life, the suite included a 4-inch thick concrete walls and a tunnel built into the residence with a ladder that went down to the basement where his limo was always waiting for a quick getaway. The first high-rise addition, 28 stories, was completed in 1978. In 1983, a third addition was added. This gave Flamingo a total of 2,250 rooms. Additional 28 stories were completed in 1988 and then again 1990. An additional expansion in 1993 added 612 rooms. Currently, the Flamingo Hotel has 3,460 rooms. The wildlife habitat has featured numerous exotic birds throughout its history. As far as entertainers, the great Jimmy Durante performed on opening night. He later became a frequent entertainer there. Other performers in the early years, Tony Martin, Nina Horn, Louis Armstrong, Della Reese, and Wayne Newton. Mr. Las Vegas. He was a headliner at the Flamingo in 1963. In June of 1965, Fats Domino recorded his live album, Fats Domino 65 at the Flamingo. In more recent history, Gladys Knight and the Pips played from 2002 to 2005, Tony Braxton shortly thereafter, and then the big one, Donnie and Marie Osmond, had the great residency for almost 11 years. 1,700 performances. And finally to us, one of the very best shows. In January 2020, RuPaul's Drag Race debuted, and it surpassed over 700 shows. Well, that's going to cover it for the Flamingo Resort in Las Vegas. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Also, leave us a comment. Tell us what else you would like us to cover.